a quick look at the big numbers on Himachal. 68 out of 68 trends coming in. Viewers, the scenario is for the BJP delicate, to say the least. Also for the Congress. While the Congress numerically is in the lead here, 35 seats there. In obviously the first trends that are coming in. The problem for the Congress is that some of its leads are as slender as 70, 80 in one of the seats, and less than 700. There are about 6 seats which are bunched between that number. So those can change hands. 1 second, again, 30th BJP, 30 and 34. Again, these numbers change, right? Just a few minutes back, we were showing you how the BJP was in 28, and now suddenly it's gone on. Now let's just go quickly here at the vote share. And if you see that the vote share, and this is very, very important, viewers, in 2022, the vote share for the BJP has reduced by about 5%. 2017 it was 48. The Congress vote share increasing just a little bit in comparison. But viewers, the Aam Aadmi Party at just 1%, the others at 12. The others significantly have 4 seats. So in tight contests such as this, where the halfway mark may either be short by 1 or 2, or maybe just over by 1, the others can play a big role in the end analysis. So this is a tight contest, but history will be made if the BJP can swing back. Let's go to the data center now with Jay and Padmaja.
So now, according to the Election Commission figures, let's quickly talk about Election Commission figures. Congress is leading right now on 35 seats and the BJP is leading in 30 and independents on 3. This is according to the Election Commission figures. Let's quickly also tell you that Jairam Thakur has won his seat. According to the Election Commission, the Chief Minister has won. Over to you, Jay.
Perfect. Now, let's look at the 2 maps. 17 and 22. The entire territory of the old Punjab, which is actually called the new Himachal, more or less going in favor of the Congress. Huge green swath here. But the lower hills, that is where the Congress has pockets, but BJP has retained a huge section of the Kangra district almost completely. Now, what does that actually say? If you're going to look at the vote shares, now that's where the really interesting story is. The tally between the 2 parties is actually fluctuating between 30 and 35 only. The BJP is not slipping below 30 for the last 20 minutes. The Congress is not going above 35. I think the real cliffhanger story comes from 2 numbers. There are about 18 seats which are less than 1,000, 16 seats less than 1,000 votes, in which 7 of which the Congress is leading, 9 of which the BJP is leading. So even if they swap, they're going to come to 30 to 32.
Now, there is another question I have. If you go back to the comparison
the vote share, which is a still interesting number. The vote share still says that the Congress is about half a percentage point behind the BJP. The BJP is at 43.37, the Congress is at 42.87. That and that number of 16 seats, 7 Congress, 9 BJP, all less than 1,000.
This is going to be a cliffhanger.
That tells the story.
Because see, here it shows you how from 49% in 2017, the BJP may have come down to 43%, but like Jay said, they are still maintaining a lead ahead of the Congress. Now, if you go back to the map, Jay, this will be very important because Himachal for the BJP, remember, is a state where not only is there a seat of Jairam Thakur, the region that Jairam Thakur has influence, which is to be defended, but also that where Prem Kumar Dhumal has his influence, Anurag Thakur has influence, and Nadda ji has influence, because all of these leaders come from Himachal.
So in the spider web, we can actually track the influence regions of Mr. Dhumal specifically. So we just opened a spider web. Now it's actually looking fascinating on the spider web. What happens in Mr. Dhumal's region is he does manage to save his skin. The saffron envelope is going beyond the green envelope. I mean, there is some, sort of consolation prize. There is this other one, which is actually the OROP belt and the Agniveer belt. That is the place where the distance between the 2 envelopes is maximum. You look at the 16 to the Congress, 7 to the BJP. This, I think, is something that
could be the deciding factor.
Could be the deciding
just stay
factor.
there. Stay there with us. I just want to quickly run through the spectrum once, and I'll toss back to the digital center in just 30 seconds, the data center there. Look at the spectrum, viewers, and what does it tell you? It tells you that here the BJP that had very solid showing in the last election in 2017, and you can see these are stronghold seats. It has lost 3 or 4 of those. Now, that will be worrying for the BJP because it tells you that there is a significant amount of anti-incumbency in the state of Himachal. In the mild, which the NDA had or the BJP had quite consistently sort of hung on to last time, you can see a number of Congress incisions there. The swing seats are also sort of changing hands. The BJP coursing ahead in some of them, but as Padmaja was telling us that these swing seats are swinging actually quite wildly because the leads there are changing hands very, very often. The Congress, on the other hand, in its bastions, has only really lost 1 seat to the BJP, which says that there is some sort of a deep-seated resentment against the BJP in this particular election, and therefore the Congress, while it hasn't lost some of its traditional strongholds, is in a better position, that's why, at this moment in the state, and therefore perhaps it's even improved on its vote share. Over back to the data center.
Perfect.
All right, so here was the Agniveer factor that Jay was talking about, and this is the one factor which, at least from the plotting of the seats, seems to have done the maximum damage to the BJP.
I mean, now let's look at the vote share in the Agniveer belt. Had that, sort of an issue not come up, then perhaps they would have done that. Now look, all across the state, the vote share difference, the average is just 0.5%.
So
very
here
close.
When you see
but
the
in the Agniveer belt, Armed Forces belt, we are talking of a 3.7% vote share lead for the Congress. So had it not been for this belt, in all the other belts, the BJP does take almost a good share of the votes. It does well in the Dhumal influence belt. It does well in the upper hills. This is the one where the difference is maximal.
Now, if you go back to the map, if we just put it in sharp relief for our viewers about which are the regions here in comparison, if you see which is Mr. Dhumal's area of influence, which is the region which is Naddaji's region of influence, and the one which is for Jairam Thakur. So we can actually plot for the BJP which leader has managed to bring back a better report card. Jay.
Well, this is certainly Mr. Dhumal's area of influence. Okay.
He has much to cheer for then. Good.
He indeed.
By the way, that is not the only one. Hamirpur, yes, is an area of influence, but it is also a region where Amit Shah went to campaign.
Absolutely.
So they did a lot of their campaigning over here. The Prime Minister also, I think, went and campaigned in this area. So most of their campaigns were centered around this. This is the area that they have managed to hold on to. Now, if you see this area, because this is the other big pocket, what are the main issues here, Jay? And what is the nature? Is it an apple belt? Is it a rural belt? Is it that Fauji belt? Which one is it?
This green patch here that you're suddenly seeing green, large green with
Here,
a few
see the
spots
comparison.
of
This
saffron.
was saffron.
Now
it's
it's become green. This is the Armed Forces belt. So this is where, not only the Agniveer agitation, even the OROP agitation, which was before the previous election, it was these very districts which were impacted.
So maybe the next elections that follow, Rahul, Karnataka, this may not be such a big factor, but also we have Madhya Pradesh, which sends a considerable amount of